Welcome to my pregnancy series. If you are new to this channel, my name is Peace Amewowo. I do post educative videos about marriage, effective singleness, living life with a purpose, and anything to do with building your spiritual life, especially prayer. If you are watching this video from my personal YouTube channel, which is Peace Amewowo, or from the Married with a Life Facebook page or YouTube channel, please subscribe. And also don't forget to click on the notifications bell so that you will be alerted when new videos are uploaded. If you are single, you can also follow my other ministry, Single with a Life, on Facebook or on YouTube. If you are pregnant or your wife is currently pregnant, a very big special welcome to you. I am 35 weeks pregnant, so the countdown has begun. Nutrition is very important, especially during pregnancy, because you are not just eating for yourself. Your baby feeds off anything that you put in your body. Some food can be harmful to you and to the baby, and other foods are more beneficial to your health. Now, when you go on the internet, especially YouTube, there are a lot of suggestions and ideas on what food to eat and what food not to eat. And sometimes it can get confusing because one person is saying don't eat pineapple, another person is saying pineapple is good. So you are asking yourself, what should I go for? My advice will be always listen to your midwife, because your midwife is a professional. She's done the job for probably a long time and has enough experience to be able to share with you what is scientifically recommended for you as a pregnant woman, which will benefit your baby as well. So today I'm going to share with you my pregnancy nutrition. And these are foods that I have been eating daily or frequently from the first trimester till now that I'm 35 weeks pregnant. And hopefully I'll continue to eat them until baby arrives. Some of these foods were already part of my diet even before I got pregnant. But now that I'm not just eating for myself, I have made it a conscious effort to always have these foods because of the health benefits. So in no particular order, the first thing that I do a lot daily now is water. Water has been my best companion. And I use this 1.5 liter bottle as a gauge of how much water I drink in a day. So on a very bad day that I have not drunk water at all, at least I should be able to drink 1.5 liters. But most of the time, I can drink like 2 of this throughout the day or 1.5. Again, when you go on the internet, some people recommend that you drink between 2 to 3 liters of water a day as a pregnant woman. But if you are not sure, always ask your midwife. My advice would be ensure you are not dehydrated. So anytime you feel thirsty, go ahead and drink water. Okay, so sometimes you feel like your throat is very dry and you're like, oh, I really want to drink water. It doesn't matter what time of the day is, or even if it's in the night, go ahead and drink water to make you feel hydrated and comfortable. It's also advisable that you check your urine. If the color of your urine is plain like water, it can be a sign that you are drinking too much water. And if the urine is very yellowish or deep yellow and maybe it has a smell, it can also be a sign that you are not drinking enough water. So your urine should be a little bit yellowish, very light. But above all, just make sure you are drinking water when you feel thirsty. My next item on the list is smoothie. So I'm going to take you to the kitchen and show you how I prepare my daily smoothie. These are the fruits I'm going to use for the smoothie. That's banana, apple, plum, cucumber, tangerine, kiwi, and a handful of blueberries. I have nicely chopped the fruits. I'm going to wash them and blend them together. The banana and tangerines don't really need washing, but you can still wash them if you want. Okay, so these are now properly washed, ready to go into the blender. I've set the blender to the smoothie option. My blender is multi-purpose, so if you don't have such a blender, you can get a hand blender to use for your smoothie. Okay, so that's all done. This is my glass of smoothie. I normally have this in between lunch and dinner. Sometimes to first thing in the morning or 1 hour after my breakfast, I will have it. Okay, so let's move to the next food item on the list. Millet and quinoa bread has been a lifesaver, especially in the first trimester. So the whole pack has 12 smaller slices, but it's actually expensive as compared to the everyday normal bread, which sometimes you can get one for less than £1. This one is almost £3. However, it is healthy, so it's worth the investment. In the first trimester, I had this a lot with orange juice. Sometimes I will have it with pineapple juice or with omelette, especially on the days that I didn't know what to eat and yet I was so hungry. And just to make sure that I was not snacking on the wrong things, I just made sure I had this handy anytime I needed it. Fruit juice is not something that we normally buy, but since the beginning of the pregnancy, I've really craved for pineapple juice and orange juice. At the moment, we don't have any pineapple juice because we stopped buying it for some time now, but the orange seems to have stayed. I realized that I'm able to have it with so many things, and sometimes when I feel like I need something sweet or something cold to drink, I will normally choose the orange juice. Next item on the list is yogurt. Most yogurt has live bacteria in them, which could be harmful to a developing fetus or the baby in the womb. And so normally they will recommend that if you are going for any form of yogurt, it has to be the pasteurized one. We normally buy this brand, Greek style yogurt. The only thing is, it's because it's natural, it's tasteless, which is very difficult to eat. So in the first trimester, when we got this, my husband ended up eating everything because I couldn't eat it at all. So to make it easy for me to eat, I do add honey to it most of the time, just like I've done here. And I've also got raisins in there. There are times that I don't have any appetite for the yogurt at all, but I do my best to have it twice or at most 3 times in a week. So the next item on the list is English breakfast. That's my toasted bread, omelette, mushroom, and baked beans. I normally like my omelette mixed with spices and a little bit of onions, tomatoes, or red bell peppers. As you can see, this English breakfast is not really complete because a typical English breakfast would have bacons, sausages, and fresh tomatoes. But if you are pregnant, obviously you want to make sure that you are selecting your options wisely. Apart from the fresh tomatoes, these are the ones that I feel are healthy for a pregnant woman. I had a lot of eggs as well, especially because I normally use it for my English breakfast. And sometimes I will make omelette to go with my quinoa and millet bread. In the UK, it is recommended that pregnant women use the British Lion quality eggs. So you should see the stamp on the eggs before you buy them if you are pregnant. The reason is because these ones apparently do not have salmonella in them, which can affect your baby. So please be cautious if you are going to be making eggs as part of your pregnancy nutrition. One of the foods that I can say I had almost every day was oats. Yes, I didn't go without oats. It was very comforting and something that didn't give me any reactions at all. As I explained in my first trimester video, I really struggled with food in the first trimester, but this was a lifesaver. You can just have a handful of walnuts with oat or a handful of almonds. Let's go for a bit like that, a handful like that, yeah. So literally that's all it is, or a handful of, yeah. So if I'm combining the two, both has to be a handful as well, yeah. It can be fatty, so that's why you don't need too much of it in a day. Brioche is one of the foods that I ate a lot as well. I'm not very proud of it because it's quite sugary, but again, in the first trimester, it was a lifesaver. Okay, so if you still have a good appetite as a pregnant woman, make sure you are eating the healthy stuff, because if you eat too much of the sugary stuff, it can make you put on weight, and it can also affect the weight of your child. Remember, everything you eat can impact your child's immune system, so limit the sweet stuff as much as you can. I don't want to cheat, so I needed to mention that brioche is one of the things I ate a lot. Okay, all right. Next is aubergine stew, and that's the aubergine. I had this a lot during my pregnancy. I normally have it with yam, rice, or green plantain. There are some videos on YouTube that aubergine is not safe for pregnancy. So if you are not sure, always ask your midwife. That's what I did. But in the first trimester, I didn't have the aubergine. I started having aubergine from the second trimester. But my midwife did confirm that it was safe. So always ask your midwife to be sure. Pizza is another food I ate a lot. I normally like the Domino's brand. So let me just show you how it looks inside. Maybe this is one of the reasons why my body expanded so much during pregnancy for baby number one. These are all flour stuff, so definitely if you eat it too much, then it will have an effect on your weight. And by the way, I don't eat all of this at a go. So I normally eat like 2 slices or 3 slices across the day. So with this portion size, it will normally last for about 3 days. Next is kidney beans stew with mackerel and grilled plantain. This is one of the food I ate a lot as well, especially the kidney beans stew. So I could have it with rice, with yam, with ripe plantain, or even the green plantain. I did post a video of how I made this kidney beans stew on this channel, so please check it out and don't forget to leave a comment. Lastly, spinach and kale sauce or stew is one of the food that I ate the most. I will usually have it with rice, yam, again green plantain, even with spaghetti. Okay, so you can't go wrong with this. So those of you in Ghana, you can even have it with banku. If you are in Nigeria, you can have it with gari. You know, the greens are highly recommended. So if you eat kale and spinach with something every day, you will not be wrong. If you want to know how I made this spinach and kale stew, please check this channel. The video is there. Before we leave the kitchen, I'm going to show you my 35 weeks baby bump. Please click on the thumbs up to like this video. In the comments, leave with us your most eaten pregnancy food. Finally, please share this on your timeline, and I'll see you in my next video.